Welcome to Real English Voices, the podcast where you learn English the natural way.
Hey, we are Tom and Ria. Welcome to Real English Voices for English Learners.
Hello and welcome. So glad you could join us for this deep dive. Today, we're tackling something really common, something I think almost every English learner runs into at some point.
Oh, yeah. It's that feeling, isn't it? Speaking anxiety.
Exactly, speaking with confidence. Or maybe more accurately, how to stop that awful feeling when your mind just goes silent, completely quiet.
We call that the freeze. And if you've ever felt it, listener, you know exactly what we mean. It's so frustrating. You spend hours studying, you learn the grammar rules, you do the exercises.
You can write emails, maybe even read articles.
Right. But then a real person, maybe someone at work or in a shop, asks you a simple question.
Yeah, something easy like, what do you do? Or how was your weekend?
And boom, nothing. Your brain it feels like it shuts down, goes completely blank.
It's like the information is in there somewhere, but the door is locked. You can't get the words out. That feeling, that sudden stop, that's the freeze. And we hear about this all the time from learners. It's probably one of the biggest hurdles, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. But here's the good news. It's super common, like you said, but it's also fixable.
Absolutely fixable. And today, we're going to share four really practical solutions, things you can actually do to help you speak without that fear, without freezing up.
Okay, sounds good. But before we dive into the solutions, maybe we should just make sure we're all on the same page with some key words. Understanding the problem clearly is the first step.
Good idea. Let's keep the language simple. When you're learning, having clear words for these feelings and problems is really helpful.
Okay, so 3 core words for today. First one, the problem itself, freeze. F-R-E-E-Z-E. Now, when we talk about freezing in a conversation, we mean you suddenly stop moving or, more importantly, stop speaking.
Like ice stops water from flowing. The words just stop.
Yeah. So an example might be, I froze when the teacher asked me a direct question. It means I couldn't say anything. I just stopped.
Okay, clear. And why do we freeze? Well, that brings us to word number 2, nervous. N-E-R-V-O-U-S. Being nervous just means feeling worried or, a bit afraid.
It's totally natural, right? Especially when speaking a new language.
Oh, completely natural. You might worry about making mistakes or maybe how your accent sounds.
Or just being understood.
Exactly. And that feeling, that worry, that anxiety, it puts a lot of pressure on your brain, like squeezing it.
And when that nervous feeling, that pressure gets too strong, well, that leads to our third idea, brain blank. B-R-A-I-N B-L-A-N-K.
Brain blank. It's like your mind is suddenly empty. No thoughts, no words coming out.
You might feel like you've forgotten every single word of English you ever learned.
Yeah. Even simple words disappear.
But the key thing here is it's temporary. It feels permanent in the moment, but it's not. Your brain is just overloaded.
Right. And like you said earlier, the really good news is that this very common, very natural problem, well, it has solutions, practical ones. Yes. And that's what we're here for today. We're going to share 4 ways to kind of rewire your brain a bit to help you manage that pressure and keep speaking. These aren't just theories, okay? These are actual tools you can start using, like right after you finish listening.
Okay, I'm ready. Where do we start? What's the first tool?
So the first solution tackles the problem right where it often starts. The very beginning of the conversation, those first few seconds.
Ah, the opening moments. Yeah, that can be the scariest part.
Exactly. The panic, the freeze. It often hits right at the start. Why?
Well, I guess because you have to think fast. You need to come up with something to say immediately.
Precisely. It requires instant kind of creative thinking. And that's often when we worry most about using perfect grammar or finding the best word.
It's like your brain is juggling too many things at once. Listening, understanding, searching for words, checking grammar, maybe worrying about pronunciation.
It's overload, especially in that first critical second.
So what's the fix for that initial overload?
It's actually pretty simple. We eliminate the need for that instant creativity. We prepare something called automatic openers.
Automatic openers. Okay, let's break that down for everyone. What do we mean by opener?
An opener is just something that starts a process. Or in our case, it starts a conversation.
Like a key opens a door and opens the conversation. Got it.
Yeah. And automatic, that means it happens without thinking. Like it's a routine.
Okay, like breathing or walking. You don't consciously think, okay, left foot now, right foot. You just walk. It's automatic.
Exactly. So an automatic opener is a short, friendly sentence, or maybe a question. that you practice so much that it just comes out of your mouth naturally.
Yeah.
Without you having to consciously think about the grammar or the words, it's ready to go.
Ah, I see. So you've already done the work beforehand. The sentence is like pre-approved, ready to launch.
Yes. Think of them as social keys, or maybe like a little bit of oil that makes the conversation start smoothly.
Okay, and how does that help with the freeze?
Well, it gives your brain a break right at the beginning. Instead of panicking about what to say first, you just launch your automatic opener.
And while you're saying that practice sentence, your brain gets a precious second or two to relax. Maybe think about the next thing you want to say.
Precisely. You lower the pressure instantly. You reduce that cognitive load we talked about.
That makes a lot of sense. You're focusing on being friendly and starting the interaction, not on complex grammar right away.
Exactly. Let's look at some actual examples.
Yeah.
Because you need different openers for different situations, right?
True. Meeting someone new is different from talking to a colleague you see every day.
Right. So for a casual situation, maybe meeting someone for the first time at a party or coffee shop, you could use something like, 1, hi, nice to meet you. How's your day going? Simple, friendly.
Okay, nice and easy. What else?
2, I really like your jacket. Where'd you get it?
Hmm.
This one's great because it's a compliment and it gives the other person something specific to talk about. Takes the focus off you.
Smart. Shifts the pressure. Okay, number 3.
3, have you been here before? I love the atmosphere. Again, simple, polite, opens the door for them to share something.
These are good. They're short, positive, and focus outwards. What about slightly more formal situations, like at work, maybe?
Good question. For work, or maybe talking to a neighbor you know a little bit, you might adjust slightly. Like, 4, good morning, I hope you had a relaxing weekend. Still friendly, but a bit more standard for a workplace, maybe.
Okay.
5, I was just thinking about mention a work topic or shared interest. Do you have a moment? This one's good because it clearly states your purpose right away.
Sets the expectation. Yeah.
Or 6, this one is useful if you forget someone's name, which happens. I'm sorry, I seem to have forgotten your name. Could you remind me? Perfectly polite and natural.
I like that one. It's honest and solves an awkward problem directly. You know, one thing I like about these examples, especially the questions, is they make the other person talk first.
Exactly. That buys you valuable time. Time to breathe, listen, and prepare your next thought while they're speaking.
But hang on, what if I just use the same opener, like, how's your day going? Every single time I meet someone. Won't I sound a bit robotic, like a script?
That is a really important point.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. You might sound robotic if you only have one. The key is to build a small collection of these automatic openers. Maybe, say, 8 to 10 that feel comfortable and natural for you.
Ah, so you have options.
Exactly. You practice them all until they feel automatic, but then you use them flexibly, depending on the situation and who you're talking to. They're just the starting point, the launch pad.
Okay. A toolkit, not just one tool.
Right. And let's add a few more functional openers. These are useful when you're already in a conversation, but maybe you need a second to think or understand something.
Oh, like mid-conversation helpers?
Yeah.
Useful?
Like 7. Oh, that's interesting. Can you say a little more about that? This shows interest and gives you time while they elaborate.
Buys time. Good.
8. Just a moment, please. I need to check my notes. Perfectly acceptable in many situations. Gives you a pause.
Controlled silence. I like it.
And 9. I'm sorry I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat the last part? Asking for repetition is totally normal, even for native speakers. Don't be afraid to use it.
These are brilliant because they directly fight the freeze. If you feel stuck, instead of just going silent, you use one of these phrases. You control the pause.
You take control back. That's exactly it. That feeling of control really helps manage the nervousness.
Okay, so this sounds really practical. What's the action step for our listeners? How do they actually build this habit?
Right. The homework. It's essential. First, listen back to these examples or find others you like. Choose maybe 5 openers that feel good to you. Write them down.
Write them down. Okay.
Then, and this is the crucial part, you must practice saying them out loud every day.
Out loud, not just in my head?
Out loud.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Say them 10 times each morning. Say them to your reflection in the mirror. Say them while you're making coffee or walking.
Make them physical.
Yes. You want them to live inside your mouth, like little songs that your muscles know how to sing automatically.
Little songs your mouth knows. I like that analogy.
So when you face a real conversation, guess what? The first words just happen. They flow out. And that terrible freeze, it doesn't even get a chance to start.
Automatic openers. It's like putting on armor before the battle begins. Great first solution.
Exactly. It protects you at that critical starting point.
All right. So we've got our armor for the start. What's the next step? How do we prepare our minds before the conversation even happens?
That leads us perfectly into our second solution. This is a really powerful mental technique called visualization.
Visualization. Okay, I think I've heard of this. It's about making pictures in your mind, right?
Exactly. Visualization simply means creating a clear, detailed picture in your mind of a situation before it actually happens. You imagine it playing out.
And you imagine it going well.
Yes, crucially, you imagine yourself succeeding in that situation. You see yourself navigating it confidently.
Okay, but how does just imagining something help in reality? Isn't it just daydreaming?
That's a common question, but there's some fascinating science here. The reason visualization works so well is that your brain doesn't always clearly distinguish between a vivid, deeply imagined event and a real one.
Really? So my brain thinks the imagined thing actually happened.
To some extent, yes.
Hmm.
When you visualize properly, you're not just passively daydreaming. You are actively rehearsing the activity neurologically. You're creating and strengthening neural pathways for that action.
Rehearsing. Okay, let's clarify that word too. Rehearse. R-E-H-E-A-R-S-E. Like actors rehearse a play.
Exactly like that. Actors rehearse so they know their lines and actions automatically during the performance. Musicians rehearse. Athletes rehearse. You are rehearsing your English conversation inside your head.
And the big advantage is you're rehearsing without the pressure. P-R-E-S-S-U-R-E.
Precisely. There's none of that real-world stress or difficulty when you're just visualizing.
No audience, no fear of making mistakes.
Right. In your mind, there is zero pressure. You can mess up, rewind, correct yourself, and try again as many times as you need. It's a safe practice space.
I remember seeing basketball players do this. Before shooting a free throw, they often close their eyes for a second. Are they visualizing?
Very likely, yes.
Yeah.
They're running the perfect shot through their mind, the feel of the ball, the arc, the ball going through the net. It's mental practice. And we can apply that exact same idea to speaking English.
Okay, so how would a learner use this? Can you give us a practical example?
Let's use a really common everyday scenario that still causes anxiety for many learners. Ordering coffee in English.
Ah, yes, the cafe scenario. Classic. Maybe you want something specific, like a latte with oat milk, and you're worried about saying it wrong.
Exactly. So maybe tomorrow you plan to go to a cafe. Instead of just worrying about it tonight, you're going to visualize it.
Okay, what do I do?
Find just 2 minutes today. Sit somewhere quiet. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Now start building the picture. See the cafe in your mind. What does it look like? The color of the walls, the tables, where's the counter?
Okay, picturing it.
Now engage other senses. Hear the sounds, maybe the quiet hum of the coffee machine, background music, other people chatting softly. Smell the coffee, maybe pastries. Make it feel real.
Got it. Feels more vivid now.
Good. Now, imagine the conversation. See yourself walking confidently to the counter. Imagine the barista looking at you, maybe smiling.
Uh-huh.
And this is key. Hear yourself speaking clearly and calmly. Hear yourself say, "Hello, could I please have a large latte with oat milk?"
Hear my own voice saying it correctly.
Yes. And then crucially, imagine the positive outcome. Imagine the barista understands perfectly. Maybe they smile and say, "Sure thing, coming right up." Imagine feeling successful.
So you complete the entire interaction successfully in your mind.
Exactly. You've mentally rehearsed the whole thing from start to finish with a positive result. You've built a little memory pathway for success.
And how does that help tomorrow when I'm actually in the cafe?
When you walk into the real cafe tomorrow, your brain goes, "Oh, hey, I recognize this situation. I've done this before."
Yeah.
It doesn't feel completely new or unknown.
Ah, so it reduces the fear of the unknown because you've made it known through your mental practice.
Precisely. The anxiety often comes from uncertainty. Visualization makes the situation feel more familiar and therefore less threatening.
That's actually really clever. It's like a pre-experience.
It is. And you can use this for much more than just ordering coffee. Think about maybe a job interview in English.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's high pressure.
Definitely. So you wouldn't just visualize the handshake. You'd visualize the whole thing. Maybe imagine them asking you a difficult question like, "What's your biggest weakness?"
Okay.
Imagine feeling that moment of panic, maybe freezing for just half a second.
Oh.
But then imagine yourself calmly using one of your automatic openers. Perhaps, that's a very insightful question. Let me take a moment to think about that.
Ah, so you practice recovering from the difficult moment too.
Yes. You visualize yourself regaining control and then smoothly delivering your practiced answer. You're not just practicing perfection, you're practicing resilience.
That's a huge point. Because nobody's perfect. We all stumble. Visualizing the recovery makes it less likely you'll freeze completely if you hit a small bump.
Exactly. It teaches your brain that a small mistake isn't the end of the world. It helps you practice emotional regulation, staying calm under pressure rather than panicking.
Okay, this sounds incredibly useful. So the action step here for listeners.
Identify one specific situation coming up this week where you'll need to use English. Could be a phone call, a meeting, asking for directions, anything.
Got it.
Then dedicate just 2 minutes today and maybe another 2 minutes the day before the event to vividly visualize it. See it, hear it, feel yourself succeeding. Rehearse the words, the feeling of confidence, the positive outcome.
Practice without consequences. Build familiarity. Reduce fear. I like it. Solution number 2, visualization.
It's a powerful way to prepare your mind and make those real interactions feel less daunting.
All right. We have automatic openers for starting and visualization for mental prep. What's next? How do we make sure we actually practice speaking regularly?
Yes, consistency. That brings us to solution number 3, a very practical tool for building a speaking habit. It's called time boxing.
Time boxing. Okay, the name sounds interesting, like putting time in a box.
That's exactly the idea. This solution tackles a big mental block many learners have about practice.
Which is?
The feeling that you need huge amounts of time to make progress.
Yeah.
Learners often think, I must practice speaking for 1 hour every day or it's not worth it.
Yeah, I hear that. It sounds like a good goal, but 1 hour a day is a lot. It creates massive pressure.
Enormous pressure. And what happens when life gets busy and you can't find that full hour?
You feel guilty. You think, oh, I failed today, and maybe you just skip practice altogether.
Exactly. If I can't do the full hour, I'll just do nothing. And then consistency goes out the window. Poof.
So the perfect goal actually stops you from doing any practice.
That's the trap.
Hmm.
The secret to real long-term improvement isn't finding these huge, rare blocks of time. It's finding small, regular moments of practice, and that's what time boxing helps you do.
Okay, explain time boxing itself. What is a time box?
It's super simple. A time box is a small, clearly defined, fixed amount of time dedicated to one specific task. An amount, A-M-O-U-N-T, is just a quantity or measure.
So you decide beforehand, I will practice speaking for X minutes, and that's the box.
Precisely. You put your practice inside this small, protected box of time, and when the time is up, you stop.
And the key is that the amount of time is small.
Yes,
Really
small. The power of time boxing comes from making the commitment feel almost too easy to fail. So we recommend starting with the smallest practical amount. Usually that's just 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Seriously, that sounds tiny. Can you really improve your speaking in just 2 minutes a day? It feels like almost nothing.
I understand the skepticism. It sounds too simple, right? But think about it. 2 minutes every single day. That's 14 minutes a week. That's nearly 1 hour of focused speaking practice over a month.
Okay, when you put it like that, it adds up.
It really does. And maybe even more importantly, by setting such an achievable goal, you succeed every single day. You hit your target. That daily success builds momentum and confidence, which is huge.
Okay, I'm starting to see the logic. Small wins add up. So how does the 2-minute time box work in practice?
It's incredibly straightforward. Step 1, get a timer. T-I-M-E-R. A clock that counts downtime. Your phone has one.
Got it. Set timer.
Step 2, set it for 2 minutes, just 120 seconds.
Okay.
Step 3, press start. And for those entire 2 minutes, you speak English out loud, nonstop.
Out loud again
Meh.
and nonstop. What do I talk about? Does it have to be something important or complex?
Absolutely not. The topic is completely unimportant for this exercise, seriously. The goal here is output, quantity, and flow, not quality or perfection.
So I could just describe my breakfast.
Perfect. Talk about your breakfast, talk about the weather outside your window, describe the room you're in, talk about your plans for the evening or a movie you watched, anything.
Okay, so the real rule, the most important part of time boxing is speak without stopping for the whole 2 minutes.
That's the golden rule.
Eh.
You must keep the sound coming out of your mouth for the entire 120 seconds.
What if I get stuck? What if I can't think of a word? That's when I usually freeze.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what this trains you not to do. If you hit a moment where you forget a word or lose your thought, you cannot stop speaking.
So what do I do instead of freezing?
You keep making noise. Use a filler phrase. You'd say, what's the word I'm looking for? Or, let me see. Or just, while you think, or repeat the last few words. The key is the flow continues.
Ah, okay. So you're actively training your brain to push past the potential freeze moment. Instead of silence, you fill the gap with, well, anything.
Exactly. You're replacing the freeze response with a filler response. It keeps the conversational momentum going, even if it's not perfectly smooth. You're training fluency over perfection.
That's a very practical way to handle those brain blank moments in real time. Keep the engine running.
Keep the engine running. Great way to put it. And one more small but important detail. When the 2-minute timer goes off, you stop immediately,
Even if I'm mid-sentence.
even mid-sentence. Don't try to quickly finish your thought. Just stop. Cut it off.
Why is that abrupt stop important?
It reinforces the boundary of the time box. It helps you respect the commitment you made, just 2 minutes. It makes it feel contained and achievable, increasing the chance you'll do it again tomorrow.
Okay, start the timer, talk nonstop for 2 minutes about anything, use fillers if stuck, start immediately when the timer rings.
That's the whole process. It's so simple, and because it's only 2 minutes, it's incredibly easy to fit into your day.
Yeah, you could do it while waiting for the kettle to boil, or during a commercial break, or just before bed. No excuses, really.
Exactly. It removes the "I don't have time" excuse.
Right.
Everyone has 2 minutes.
And I guess over time, if 2 minutes starts to feel too easy,
Then you can absolutely extend it. Maybe you try 3 minutes next week, then 4, then 5. You let it grow naturally as your comfort and stamina increase.
start small, build consistency, then grow.
That's the secret. Small, consistent practice is far more effective in the long run than occasional huge cram sessions. You're teaching your brain that speaking English is just a normal, small, manageable part of your day, not some giant, scary performance.
Time boxing, the engine for consistency. Love it. Okay, that's 3 powerful solutions. What's the final one?
Our fourth and final solution gets right to the heart of how you actually build fluent sentences
Yeah.
and stop well, like you're translating word by word. It's called chunk training.
Chunk training. Okay, we talked about chunks briefly with automatic openers. Can you explain this more?
Yes. This really addresses how many learners approach studying vocabulary. They often learn English as just a list of single words.
Single words, like memorizing apple, table, go, idea, beautiful from a list or flashcards.
Exactly. They see words as individual, separate items, like single Lego bricks.
Okay. What's the problem with that? Isn't vocabulary important?
Vocabulary is crucial. But the problem happens when you try to speak. If your brain only has single words, it has to manually connect every single word, one by one, while also applying grammar rules in real time.
Ah, so it's like building a Lego model by finding each tiny individual brick and figuring out where it connects every single time.
Perfect analogy. It's slow, it requires a huge amount of mental effort for every sentence, and it often leads directly to that freeze when your brain just can't assemble the pieces fast enough.
Okay, so if learning single words is like using individual Lego bricks, what's the alternative? What's chunk training?
Chunk training means learning and practicing language in chunks. Remember our definition. A chunk is a group of words that naturally travel together. They form a meaningful unit.
A group of words that belong together. Like a chunk of chocolate, you said. So in language, it's words that connect. C-O-N-N-E-C-T. They join together naturally.
Yes. Think of chunks as pre-assembled Lego pieces. Instead of connecting tiny brick by tiny brick, you grab a larger ready-made section, maybe a wall or a window frame, and just snap it into place.
So much faster.
So much faster and much less mental effort. Native speakers use chunks constantly without even thinking about it. That's a big part of why they sound so smooth and fluent.
Okay, I think I get the concept. Instead of thinking word by word, do you mind if I open the window?
Right. Painful.
My brain learns to treat the whole phrase, do you mind if I, as one single unit, one chunk. Then I just need to add the ending part, like open the window.
Exactly. Your brain only have to make, say, 2 decisions instead of 7 or 8. You grab the asking permission chunk and then add the specific action.
That massive reduction in mental workload, that's what stops the freeze.
That's the core idea. You free up mental energy. Let's look at some common examples of these chunks. They're often not complete idioms, but flexible frames you can use.
Okay, give us some useful chunks.
All right, how about some for starting or continuing thoughts? 1, I'm not sure, but I think. Great for giving an opinion when you're not 100% certain. Sounds very natural.
Yeah, much better than just saying maybe. Okay, another one.
2, speaking of which, this is a fantastic connector phrase. When something someone just said reminds you of something else, helps the conversation flow.
Nice transition phrase.
3, We already mentioned this one. Do you mind if I? The classic polite request chunk.
These are great because they handle common conversational functions. They give your speech a natural rhythm, too.
They really do. Using, I'm not sure, but I think, immediately sounds more fluent than someone struggling to piece together a hesitant sentence.
Okay, how about chunks for managing the interaction or sharing stories?
Good category. 4. That reminds me of. Perfect way to introduce a related story or anecdote.
Makes you sound like a good storyteller.
5. At the end of the day. People use this all the time to summarize the main point or give a concluding thought after discussing different aspects.
Ah, the big picture chunk.
6. What exactly do you mean by? A very polite and useful way to ask for clarification if you don't understand a word or idea. Much better than just what.
Definitely smoother. I notice learners often struggle with forming questions smoothly. Using a chunk like that must be a huge help.
It saves so much time and mental energy. Let's do a few more, maybe focused on time or common reactions. 7, if you ask me. A good way to introduce your personal opinion quite directly.
Strong opinion starter.
8, just to clarify.
Excellent.
Excellent for making sure you and the other person have the same understanding. Prevents miscommunication.
Important in any language.
9, I haven't had a chance to. A very common and natural way to explain what you haven't done something yet.
Good excuse chunk.
And 10, I've been meaning to. This shows you've been thinking about doing something like making a call or asking a question. Shows intention.
Okay, I've been meaning to. I like that one. So we have 10 really useful chunks here. But just reading this list isn't chunk training, right? How do we actually train these?
Excellent question. No, just reading isn't enough. We need an active practice method to burn these chunks into your brain and, importantly, into your muscle memory, your mouth.
Make them automatic, like the openers.
Exactly. So here's a simple 3-step training process.
Yeah.
Step 1, choose just one chunk to focus on for a practice session. Let's use number 10. I've been meaning to.
Okay, focus on one at a time.
Step 2, repeat that chunk out loud, at least 10 times. Say it fast, say it slow, say it with different intonations. Drill it.
Out loud, practice again. Crucial.
Feel how it flows. Don't say, I've been meaning to. Try to say it as one smooth unit. I've been meaning to. Make it feel physically easy.
Got it. Drill the sound and rhythm.
Step 3. This is key for understanding. Use that exact chunk in 3 completely different sentences that you create. Force it into different contexts.
Why 3 different sentences?
It proves you understand the chunk's function and how to apply it flexibly. It stops it from being just a memorized phrase and turns it into a usable tool.
Okay, so for I've been meaning to.
You can say, 1, I've been meaning to call my parents all week. 2, I've been meaning to ask you about that book you recommended. 3, I've been meaning to try that new cafe on the corner.
Ah, I see. Different situations, same core chunk. By creating those sentences, you really solidify how and when to use it.
Precisely. You internalize it. Now imagine if you did this regularly. Maybe learn and practice one new chunk every day or 2.
Over time, you'd build up a library.
A library of maybe 50 or 100 or even more, these common high-frequency chunks. When you have that library ready in your head,
You'll almost always have something natural and appropriate to say. You won't be stuck searching for single words.
exactly, the language just flows more easily because you're using these strong pre-built units.
Yeah.
The mental energy you save on constructing sentences goes directly into sounding more confident and natural.
And that fear of saying things wrong, the fear that causes the freeze, it should start to fade away.
It really should. Chunk training is fundamental to moving from word-by-word translation to fluent, natural-sounding English.
Wow. Okay, 4 really solid practical strategies. Automatic openers, visualization, time boxing, and chunk training.
That's the toolkit. We've covered a lot. But hopefully, you can see how these simple techniques directly target the causes of freezing and anxiety.
Definitely. Shall we do a quick recap of the 4 steps?
Let's do it. Just to summarize the path to more confident speaking. Step 1, prepare and practice automatic openers. Those ready-made sentences for starting conversations smoothly. Practice them out loud until they're muscle memory. No freezing at the start line.
Got it? Start strong.
Step 2, use visualization. Mentally rehearse upcoming English situations before they happen. See yourself succeeding. This reduces anxiety and makes the real thing feel familiar. Practice success in your mind.
Prepare the mind. Okay.
Step 3, use time boxing. Forget needing an hour. Start with just 2 minutes of nonstop speaking practice daily. Use a timer. Build consistency and train your brain to push past silence. Small, regular practice is key.
Build the habit.
And step 4, Use chunk training. Stop focusing only on single words. Learn and practice groups of words that travel together chunks. Drill them, use them in sentences. This builds fluency and natural rhythm. Speak in word families.
Speak smoother. Excellent. 4 clear steps. So, listener, this is your action plan. You've got the tools now. And to help you get started right away, we have some easy homework questions for you. We really want you to try answering these out loud right now if you can, using the techniques we've just talked about. Ready?
Let's hear them.
Okay. Question 1. Think about those automatic openers we discussed. What is one opener? Just pick one example that you will write down and practice saying out loud 10 times today. Say that opener out loud right now.
Pause for listener.
Good. Question 2. Think about your week ahead. Is there one specific place or situation where you expect to use English? Maybe ordering food, maybe talking to a colleague, maybe sending a voice message. Take just 1 minute right now, close your eyes if it helps, and visualize that moment. See and hear yourself handling it successfully. Rehearse it in your mind.
Pause for listener.
All right. And question 3. Can you give time boxing a try right now? Could you set a timer on your phone for just 2 minutes? And for those 2 minutes, can you talk out loud about anything? Your favorite food, the weather, your plans for tomorrow. Remember the rule. Speak without stopping. Give it a go. Start that timer now.
Pause for listener.
How did it feel? Maybe a little strange at first, but that's okay.
Remember, confidence doesn't just suddenly appear when you feel ready or perfect. Confidence is built. It's built through doing these small, consistent actions, even when it feels a bit uncomfortable at first.
Yeah. Start small, use these tools every day, even for a few minutes, and just keep moving forward, step by step.
You won't stay frozen if you keep practicing movement. You will move, you will speak, and you will connect with people. Believe that.
I'm Tom, and this is Ria. Thank you for learning with Real English Voices. Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.